The entire footy world turns its gaze to South Australia. Gather round, a celebration of the game. All 18 clubs in one place, but for one team, this weekend means something very different. Carlton. They arrive winless, 0-4, 16th on the ladder, staring down the barrel of a fifth straight defeat. On paper, they should win. But what if they don't? What happens if the Blues collapse again on the national stage? And more importantly, what does Dan do?
All right, before we start the show today, I thought it was pretty important to come on here and apologise for something that has happened, and you've all seen it play out in public, so I have prepared a short statement. First and foremost, I just want to address my sincere apology and serious embarrassment of what's happened over the last few days and weeks. Sorry, Zip was caught in that. Clearly, the public nature and the timing of what's come out isn't the best interest of myself and the Carlton Football Club. For me, I mostly feel remorseful towards our fans, our paying members, supporters, and staff. I can imagine how you guys are feeling, and for that, I'm incredibly remorseful. I'm going to continue my role as a one-eyed Carlton fan alongside many others this season. In conversation with the people at the footy club, everyone feels like it's the right thing to do, and I'm still really confident that I'm the right man to take this club forward and achieving some real progress and success. Okay, so I feel better. That's off my chest.
Got that out of the way.
I feel better, yeah. I mean, obviously, these things happen behind closed doors, and
some of them in front of the doors, but
I mean, some of them were the door wasn't even shut when it was happening. It was wide open in public. And I am sorry that it's been played out in the media and online of me in different clubs' merch, being a Carlton supporter. I think I've made it pretty clear that I have unwavering support of this football club, Carlton. But also, I'm not sorry for seeing what else is out there. I'm just sorry that I got caught.
So Tuesday, you're at Windy Hill?
I was around the Essendon area.
Unrelated? There were some good banh mis
I was
out there,
just driving around Essendon. I live in Port Melbourne. It's a 45-minute trip with the traffic, and I was just around there, happened to get some timings right, and I walked in, and all of a sudden, I'm at the hangar getting a photo with the Essendon Football Club. And
Totally.
And all things like that. But just like Sam Mitchell, I'm just having a coffee and catching up with friends. So I'm allowed to explore what's out there, guys.
Absolutely.
But now I think I have realised that I don't want to cheat anymore. Okay. I really don't. I have felt a bit gross about my actions. Yeah, I just, Carlton keep asking, is something wrong? Why are you being so short with me? Why are there hickeys on your neck? And I have to say, they're just mosquito bites. They're not mosquito bites. They're love bites. I've been bitten hard by other clubs. So, and also on the other clubs, they're getting me at a moment of weakness. Like, they know that.
It's actually inappropriate.
It is.
They've sniffed it out. You're vulnerable. You've been caught in a corner.
They're as equally to blame for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And outing me in public, I was trying to keep behind closed doors. These clubs are asking, let's collab, let's get out in the world. And I'm going to say yes.
You very rarely say no.
I'm going to say, if it's content, I'm saying yes to it. And you're going to throw in a Guernsey on top of that?
Wow.
If you haven't worked it out, we will literally post anything if we get something for free. Like, we're very easy to win here.
We've got a pretty open doors policy on free stuff.
Free stuff comes flying through here, and we will promote it if it's free.
You don't think I've followed every single Adelaide pub going into the weekend? Like, oh, no, I'd like to. I've heard good things.
Yeah. Just on the Eagles jacket we got then, they did send in a letter saying, Dear Richmond, Big Ollie and Electric. Well done. Big man on this. Please enjoy our 2025 Gather Round jacket, the Electric Eagle. Guernsey jacket launches April 3rd. We saw that already. We're loving your content out here in the West. Love 15th best content team. And then they've attached a photo of Matt Owies.
Brilliant.
In his Eagles gear. So that's actually really cool.
If I had to find room for improvement, I find it odd sending one jacket between three people.
They did say that we had to fight over it.
Okay.
I feel like you're going to wear it. Someone did ask in our comments, hey, we're going to Gather Round.
Yeah,
So let's
it's
do
on.
that. Adelaide's going to be good. So we're all going to Adelaide. It's going to be great. All footy fans and the footy world will be there. We're going there. Someone asked, hey, before you even start the pod, we spoke about wearing other teams' merch out and about.
Yep.
If you're running down the shops or you like someone's shorts or the Sydney jacket we spoke about.
Yeah, thanks for the Gold Coast shorts.
Someone said that is a play on in Gather Round to wear my club merch to games that my club isn't playing in.
I've got a pretty strong, it's a no in every other round, but I think that this is a celebration because, there'll be games that we're going to that aren't St Kilda or Carlton.
I wish they were playing numerous times this weekend.
Well,
actually.
No, I'll take just the one. And so there's going to be it's a bit like, when I lived in the UK and the NFL would roll into town, but it'd be, Jets versus, New Orleans, but I'm a massive Vikings fan, but I want to go. I'll wear the Vikings gear. So I think it's all right for this weekend.
I think it is. I normally have an issue where if it's, say, it's Collingwood and Sydney on Friday night and then you're a Freo fan, you're rocking Freo kit. Normally, if you're just a Freo fan of the MCG doing that, I've got a problem with it.
Absolutely.
But given you're in Gather Round, you want people to know where your allegiance lies.
Oh, absolutely.
So you rock it and say, no, I know my team isn't here. We're playing in the Barossa Valley, but I will throw some fists if you start talking bad stuff about Freo.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
Let them know we're here.
Yeah.
And the 5 Gold Coast Suns fans, we're here as well.
Do you reckon they're coming?
7. I reckon we'll see anywhere between 2 to 4 Gold Coast fans.
Okay. Maybe when we're there, actually, this would be a bit of fun. Do a bit of a scavenger hunt. Like we have to get a photo with every team being represented in the city.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll try and see. We'll come back and report on Monday who's the most represented over there.
It's going to be a rough episode, just so you know.
It's going to be big. You're flying in Monday morning for it. Huge.
Off the back of a Norwood trip. Cheapers.
And a win.
And a
potentially.
win, most likely.
Jeez, you will be at the Crazy Horse till all hours in the morning.
Me and the aliens.
You may as well go to Norwood Oval, Crazy Horse, and then straight to Adelaide Airport.
Well, I would have thought so.
That's going to happen.
I probably won't be doing that.
No.
But I love the enthusiasm.
But we are going to Adelaide. That's where the footy world's going. This round, Gather Round is here. Exciting. Probably the best round of football outside maybe, the grand final's not a round, but it's our round.
Feels like it, though.
Feels like it. This is like a big party
for
football.
It is. They can't miss at the moment, the city of Adelaide.
No, they're doing some things.
Where everything just looks so much fun.
It is. It's a fun state to be in. Very fun state to be in. I know you have your issues with them.
No.
Well, they pulled your hair last time when they gather around.
Yeah, a couple of the Crows fans I'm not, massive fans of. Hence the jacket today.
I'd be tying the hair up.
It's a real hairs up policy.
I'd be cutting off.
I could do,
Also,
just to be safe. It's not great.
So Blue's gone. Blue Bolt's gone. Had to go. Had to get it back to a naturalish colour. So bleached
so
again.
You went for chocolate
and now
brown.
we've gone back to like a chocolate purple, which once again someone saw it and was like, hey, you just look like a woman who likes other women again.
Right,
So
okay.
I can't escape this. So I'm going to buzz it all off. That's where I'm at.
When are you going to do that, do you think?
Probably in Adelaide or next week.
Yeah.
Start again. The hair's dead under here. It is dead. But while we are talking about Gather Round before we get into the round and unpacking and reviewing or previewing it, we're going to do a happy hour pop-up somewhere. So we're not going to be like the other fools out there. Come to our show. We're selling tickets for $30. Yeah, we just want to make some money. No. We're going to give back to the great town and great people and you football fans.
Absolutely.
So we're throwing a pop-up happy hour. 1, potentially 2, depending on what mood I'm in.
Okay. Yeah.
How generous I'm feeling. But we're definitely going to do one on the Friday.
Okay.
We're going to drop where we are. What are we thinking? Half an hour or an hour before? What gives people time to get...
Did you say it's on the Friday?
We're going Friday, aren't we?
I think we do Friday. Yeah, I think. So if it's Friday, look, Friday night, it's going to be a lot of people in the city. So I reckon they're only going to need a half an hour heads up.
Okay. Maybe we'll split deer, 45.
Okay.
45, we put something on our story. We'll say we're here. Beers are on us for the happy hour.
Yeah, like
which absolutely scares me.
It's, It's a risky one.
They have the gross size beers over there, don't they?
Well, maybe
like
it's
the King Imperial pints.
Yeah. Maybe it's a rule. So we'll give them like a code word. Mm-hmm. So you got to say this, but you can only get beers.
True.
You can't be getting
It'll be a beer
a
only
round of
situation.
Cocktails for your mates, and that's it for the hour.
No. It'll be a beer only situation.
Yeah.
So we'll drop that when we're there
on
the Friday, which would be good. So just on Gather Round, 2 things. $30 million the league makes out of this round this weekend. That's good for the pockets.
Bloody hell. So where's the money? It's just outside the games, though. Like, I assume it's more benefiting the SA tourism
I'd say
and the city.
so.
But, like, where's the other cash coming from? Is it just because of the
people
games?
coming in, consuming, drinking beers barking, having the dogs out on the hill? How many dogs are going to be on that hill?
Mate, as I said, it's a dog park. Sorry.
I will make my way to the hill
Yeah,
for the Carlton game.
absolutely.
The dogs won't be out, but I want to see everyone's dogs out.
Is there a margin in mind that the dogs do come out though? Like if we're
10 goals up at any point, I'll take the dogs out
Yeah,
for
okay.
a walk on the hill.
Yep,
I think that's play on.
that's fine.
And we'll get to that game soon, but I'm just like, the closer we get to that game, the more the margin goes up in my mind that we beat the Eagles.
Really?
They're in all sorts over there in the West. Thank you for the merchandise. Team stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Merchandise is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm becoming so much. I'm sleeping easier. When my head hits the pillow, I'm going, oh, I cannot wait for 3
You
days.
do look more refreshed.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
About time. It's been 282 days since Carlton won. Who's counting, though?
No, certainly not you.
Who's not counting? So enjoy it, Adelaide. Come and see all the Adelaideans there. We'd love to stay.
Yeah.
Might be getting taken off them. Tassie coming hard for Gather Round in 2028. Got the new team, inaugural season. People saying, hey, Tassie, don't have a stadium yet.
Well,
How are you going to do it?
Yep, we've got
I know
two.
you'd be all for it.
Yep, we've got 2 stadiums.
That fit like 3 people in it.
Nope.
And the weather.
And then you play at North Hobart. Great ground, great stadium. Have you been to North Hobart Stadium?
Surprisingly, no.
It's good. It's like Norwood in terms of the not
Yeah.
the pitch size, but
Of course, yeah.
yeah. And then you play on the gravel in
Yeah.
Queenstown. Perfect.
That would be good to see that, actually.
How
They
good
put
would
a
that
game
be?
there. I know. I just think about it, and like Tassie right now without that stadium, I'd probably rather punch myself in both eyes than see Gather Round in Tassie in the nicest way possible.
How you tell me how I'm supposed to take that any other way? How is that supposed to be as nice as possible?
It's like one of those ones where you say no offense, but and then you say something really offensive.
Yeah, and it's up to me to get offended then
Sorry.
because you said no offense.
Nah, let's go Tassie. I don't wonder if anyone from Tassie's going to Gather Round to see what they're doing there. Brett and Gale going, Rumman.
No, they'll be there. Well, you said no the first time we got an offer, but that's all right.
True, yeah, they're off us as well. Did you see Dutton kicking this footy into the cameraman?
Oh, did I?
Here we go, getting into politics. Now, being very careful here. Last time we even mentioned the T word in the studio, it felt like the joint was going to burn down. So, Ollie, you were saying something not fair about him and you wanted to voice your opinions?
Yeah, I mean he's a
No. But you see the vision of Dutton kicking
Yes, I
the
did.
footy and didn't even say sorry.
No, he just
Now, I reckon that's on the cameraman. Like, if you're holding a huge camera and you see in 4K a footy coming towards you, that's on you.
Do you want me to speak or not?
I want you to talk about the football incident, not politics.
Okay. He wasn't filming him at the time. He was filming something else.
You can't blame a guy for hitting the target. Just give him a Carlton contract.
No, but I can blame him for that being the target.
The cameraman.
But no, Dutton, if he was going for him, you can't be. You can't be.
Where was he
deliberately-
kicking though?
Exactly.
I don't know where he was kicking.
Exactly.
Was somebody? Did we know if someone was in front of him?
Oh, there was like a full camera crew in front of him. I don't know if he was going for goals or what the
I
goal
don't
was.
know. I don't know. I'm not even going to get into politics because I don't want to even open that can of worms. But it may be if it's a tight race when the election comes up, we just say, hey, you guys got to hit targets from 30 out. Shane Gillis, we found out why he's a Crows fan. You know, we asked a couple of episodes ago, like, why is Shane Gillis watching Crows games in like bars in America? Like, what's the connection here? His best friend, comedian James Donald Forbes McCann, got him into the AFL. I don't know if that's his full
Is that
name
his
or if
full
that's like a
name?
made up thing in
Yeah.
Wikipedia. And now he just loves it.
That's respect.
It is respect. Speaking of Wikipedia, someone sent a screenshot me today that in the 2010 AFL draft, you've got your Dave Swallow, Harley Bennell, Sam Day, Jared Polek, Josh Caddy. Someone was 6. 7 was probably Josh Caddy, got it wrong. 8, who else? Dyson Epple, Prestia, and then Richmond, Hawthorn, Western Bulldogs, Collingwood, Gorringe has been changed in there.
I got to have a look at this.
If that's the case, I'm reporting someone and legal will be on their ass soon because that's not on.
Oh
That'll
yeah,
stop right
there
now.
he is.
It is there?
Yeah,
Yeah, how many
Richmond,
names are
Hawthorn,
there?
Bulldogs, Collingwood, Gorringe, drafted from Norwood,
Yeah.
Sandful.
Ooh,
to the Gold Coast.
it's very funny. Yeah, make fun of me. Yeah, delete that right now. Well, we're recording, delete it right now. Jordan Lewis had a crack. These suits, they're really angry about something each week. These shows, I don't get these shows. I've tried to get into them. And they're arguing with each other most of the time. It
They
feels
need
like
some sort of team building exercise because the anger there is just.
they just need a. It's like the shows that are on 9, 7, whatever ones there are, 360 if that's still around, on the couch. They're all so angry at each other.
Yeah,
Can't they just talk about football and relax a bit?
you'd think so.
So Jordan Lewis, we know the track thing that happened on Friday night where siren goes, he loses his cool, throws his mouth guard. I personally enjoyed it, but Jordan Lewis had another opinion on it, which is probably the worst take I've ever heard in my life.
a weekend, Geordie.
I feel for him.
He's throwing the mouth guard.
He's clearly an emotional person. Now, would I do that, or would I want one of my teammates to do that? No, I used to like behind closed doors. You can be an emotional and have really constructive conversations, and maybe it's old school. Never show
Literally played 5 years ago.
that type of emotion on the field, because I think at one end you've got him who's clearly disappointed. It means a lot to him. He's a competitor. He likes to win. And then you've got Clayton Oliver, who is also competitive, effectively joking with opposition players at the end of the game. So they're miles apart.
Which would you rather, though? Which would you rather? You'd rather that, though, than joking.
And you're a
around
Melbourne
opposition.
man. If I'm a Melbourne person, I want the Petrarca, don't you? Does that not say that he cares?
Yeah, I think we care. I think we know he cares. I don't know. I just think have those conversations and let that emotion boil over behind closed doors. And I don't know whether that's right or wrong. That's just what I expected of my teammates, and certainly the way that I wanted. You just never wanted to show weakness.
Worst call in the world. So don't show emotion. I mean, these footy players can't win. You show emotion, you're in trouble. You don't show emotion, you're in trouble. You lose it, you're in trouble. And then the Clary thing, he wasn't laughing. He was having a serious convo about, hey, I'm out of here at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Where's a good place to live,
Yeah.
Reece? I'm very obviously going to leave here, as Electric shakes his head. So that call was horrible.
What are you supposed to do?
That's the worst take.
You can't
Worst
tell
take.
me that there isn't vision of him
Of course
post
there is.
game.
And he said, maybe I'm old school. You literally played 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, nothing has changed in the last 5 years.
Also, don't know if he's a Melbourne man.
No, he's definitely not.
He's definitely not.
He went there for a super.
Yeah.
He's not a Melbourne man. But, like, it's just so funny. Like, AFL has said, oh, no, we want players to speak up about their mental health. And, if they're going through stuff, we want them to be themselves. And then, like, a player throws his mouth guard on the ground. And we go, oh, no. It's not a good look. We don't like that. You should bottle it. Maybe I'm with him. Maybe I'm maybe I'm with him now and I think about it. I reckon we should just bottle it, put a lid on it, and then what I like to do is I just like to push it down as far as possible.
Yeah.
And never think about it again.
Doesn't ever come out.
And when something else comes up, open another bottle, put as much as you can in, and just by the end of it, you've got 50 balls of motion down at the bottom of your feet, and you step on them every now and then. They break, but just push it as far
What
down
happens
as
when
possible.
they break?
Anxiety happens pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Little episode, but that's okay. Nothing psychiatrists can't fix. If I do it all over again, put it on rinse and repeat that method.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I hated that by Jordan. That's just the worst call ever.
Yeah, it's not
the worst call. All those shows, like we said, they're just trying to. I don't know how people watch them. Like, I know there's a place for them. I'm sure that people do watch them, but I just find it's like they're coming with their own agenda of how they can make clickbait or become an article or become a talking point, and it's just more about them than it is about what's happening in football.
It also feels like they don't love the game as much as we do.
No.
Like, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, when your team's 0-4, you're not having the best time ever.
Nah.
But we still love the game.
Love it. This game
You
brings
know.
so much joy. We love you. Got to love this stuff. Everyone just needs to it's just a football. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, you need to calm down. Jordan Lewis, looking like Jeffrey Dahmer out there.
True.
His hair is immaculate though. Remember when he lost his hair. What a comeback,
Real Limo watch.
man! You talk about Will Ashcroft doing his knee and come back and winning the Norm Smith. Nah, Jordan Lewis's hair
Best hairline comeback, you reckon? Or
pretty good. He had nothing there. Now it's back
Brink
to a
Wearer
full
was
head.
good, if you remember
That
him.
was
That
good.
was really
That
good.
was when he's got the plugs.
Yeah.
Or not, or when
Plug
a
or a
turkey.
rug, not sure.
One of the two. Anyway, it is. Zach Butters, about to hit a huge milestone. About to become the first player to bring up $50,000 in fines.
Well done, Zach.
Well done, Zach. Good, Zach. Keep doing your thing, my man. Got 2 fines last weekend, which takes him to $49,125 in fines. And the race is now on. We've got a real race between him and Toby Green to see who'll hit 50K first in fines. Big effort.
Has the price of these gone up? Because I feel like he's not been around long enough to
Funny
be the
you say
number
that.
one.
120 games, 20 sanctions, suspended for 2 games, and fined the 49 grand.
Yeah, right.
So he must be doing, I don't know what he's doing to get $49,000 in fines.
Yeah.
Because 20 sanctions, what's that? That's almost I can come at $2.5 grand or
Yeah,
$2
true,
grand
yeah.
a bit for each one. Yeah, I could see how he's done that. Just loves a fine.
Oh,
Loves a fine. You thought getting a parking ticket was bad. Imagine Zach Butler's been like, every time I go on this field, I have an urge to get fined.
Get the wallet ready.
Yeah.
It's happening.
So Toby Green has played 243 games, 28 sanctions, suspended for 15 games, and has been fined 44,100.
Mate, those are average statistics at
they're average. You need to get those up.
Yeah.
We're going to see who the GOAT is here.
Got to bump those numbers
Goes
right
full
up.
time. Well, Zach's only 24, so he's got a lot of time to try and reach 100K, which be a milestone.
That'd be huge.
Again, that would be big for Zach. That's that's a car. He's just blown a car in bashing people and eye gouging people, tackling people.
My price range, that's 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah, it is.
But
it is. Congrats, Levi Ashcroft, round 4 Rising Star.
Yes.
Well done, Levi. Well done. Freo fans going to burn down AFL House soon if Murphy Reid doesn't make it.
He's got to be
He can't do
far
much more. He's
off.
got to be close. So Levi had 22 and a goal, was averaging 19 touches, turning out to be as good as his brother, I think.
Yes.
Pretty good.
He's
I don't
very-
remember Will's first year, but I think maybe Levi's doing similar things.
Yeah, I don't know. They're on par, though.
I mean, they're just amazing brothers. Now, we did say, hey, which one do they look like characters from movies? Prince Charming
Yeah.
was Will. And the hair, he very much has the Prince Charming hair.
Yeah, he's definitely got... Someone actually said the only person who looks like Lord Farquaad is me. I don't really know. Maybe the height.
That's rude, yeah. I haven't seen Shrek in a long time.
It's a good film.
Yeah, don't know if it's in my top... Is it a kid's film?
It's tween.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of kids' films that you're about to start
I've got all the
watching.
Harry Potters to watch with Poppy.
They're a little bit dark, though. She's got a little while.
Nah, teach him young, I reckon.
What about the...
The world's not all, butterflies and breast milk,
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I wish it could be Follow the Butterflies instead.
True. I feel like that's a Harry Potter quote. Everyone's smiling here. That felt like it was very,
Got ya.
very breast milky.
Speaking of, have you... Sorry? Very breast milky.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
Anyway, did you see Harry Potter exhibition in Melbourne?
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Do you want to go?
Not really. But we'll go. I think we should
Come
go
on.
and vlog it.
It'd be a perfect way to introduce you to the world.
Would I rather go to that or watch a West Coast game?
Well,
I'll be watching one this weekend, but outside of that,
a neutral West Coast game.
yeah, probably watch Harry Potter.
And this one's in Brunswick too, the exhibition. So
That's a long way from home for Dad.
yeah, well,
Wow.
not far off Essendon. So pop
True.
back in.
No, I told you I was in the area doing something, mate.
Okay,
I
so-
already apologised for that. Let it go, okay?
Okay.
But just on the Ashcroft and Levi and Will, his brother, now we've got a set of brothers that we get to watch for 10 years at
Mm-hmm.
least to see who's going to be the better set of brothers. So do we think it's going to be Dacos? Is it Ashcroft? Is it the DeConning brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Who would you take? You're Tassie. Who would you take it if you're starting a new team?
I think would I be right in saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's too much of a gap between the DeConing guys. I think that they're clearly very good, but if they're both in a team like we've seen with Dacos and Ashcroft, I think they're both similar.
Okay.
So I don't think it would be them.
So who would you take?
I think Dacos brothers. It's a package deal.
I mean, Nick not having a contested mark really, in my, I can't look past that.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, he hasn't taken one yet.
Has he really not had one
He's
ever?
never had a contested mark in his career. Not one.
Jeez, you would have thought he'd have one.
Yeah, you'd think so.
But maybe he doesn't need to.
Well, you got to have one contested mark in your whole career. I had 6.
That's true.
So-
When you look at it like that,
I
yeah.
had 6. I've had 6 more contested marks than Nick Dacos.
That's huge.
Well, it's one thing.
all
One
I'm
thing.
saying.
I'd take the Ashcroft brothers.
Really? What's in what way?
Well, I don't know. I think they're both a good mix of inside, outside.
Yep.
And I think I've seen Josh's peak. Isn't it now?
Do you reckon he's at the peak?
I think so.
He's
Josh
very
is
good,
older.
though.
He is, but then I look at Nick and go, Nick's just going to be an absolute star.
Yeah.
But I think the gap between Josh and Nick is so big where I think Levi and Will are still rising and going to be very good together.
I feel like you're being harsh on Josh, though. He's so important for that team.
He is important. Yeah. He plays a role.
Yeah.
But you'd never go into a Collingwood game going, oh, no, I can't. Josh Dacos will win us this game. Where Will can win you a game. Won a grand final, won a Norm Smith.
Yeah.
So you can't say no to that.
Yeah, true.
And I think Levi is just building. And Levi's only played 4 games.
No, true.
So that's what we're going to say. But I'd take the Ashcroft brothers.
Okay.
We'll see who else everyone else would take. Bad vibes coming out of Perth right now. They got a game against Carlton, which they're worried about, but just the vibes out of here are not great. The rumours now that Don Pike, Eagles CEO, wanted Oscar Allen to step down as captain. Now, media over there saying, no, this didn't happen. Classic Perth media, nothing to see here. There are some whispers. Our sources say, hey, this might have happened over there. This convo might have taken place. But Oscar Allen apparently feels very unloved by the club. I mean, I'm not sure how you could say that given you were doing what I did. Had a coffee with another team.
Proper deflection going, no, it's your problem.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
the reason why I did this.
Yeah, exactly. So he's saying, I mean, I don't think they even put an offer on the table for him yet. They hadn't before. Now they still haven't.
Doesn't help.
I don't think, I'm not sure. He just, he can't stay, can he? He's so unhappy.
No.
He's clearly very unhappy. It'd be very hard to be an Eagles player in this team right now.
Who's feeling happy? No one.
Actually, probably no one.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many smiles getting around. I haven't seen a lot of West Coast players smile in a long time, which is always a sign that, someone's obviously happy.
Yeah.
So somehow out of all this Oscar Allen drama, the rumours still are that Brisbane and Hawthorn lead the race to get him. Mm-hmm. So, we'll know. I mean, if he doesn't sign as a captain, if you don't sign mid-year, then probably signs are that you're out.
Yeah, okay.
Mid-year. And in breaking news, here we go. Massive bag alert. West Coast have offered Harley Reid 2 contract options. The first, a 3-year deal worth $1.6 to $1.8 million a year, or a 5-year deal at $2 million a year, being the highest paid player in the league. Said to be the most expensive contract the Eagles have ever offered a player in their history. The most expensive AFL contract in history also. Wow.
What one you taking?
Harley will take absolutely neither of those.
You reckon?
And say, take me to Wessendon.
Wessendon?
That guy's leaving for sure. That, in all seriousness, I mean...
Hey, the first 4 games haven't been great.
Had 25 on the weekend, playing half back. He's playing a different role.
True.
I mean, the club's not going to say this, but he's clearly not fit enough to run through the midfield at the moment.
No.
Because why isn't he going through the mid?
Exactly.
So they're trying to get the ball in his hand, get him confident, get his fitness up to like around 6, 7, 8, then plug him back into a midfield. But he was always going to get these offers. So if I'm him, if you are staying, I would say he'd take the 3-year deal and give himself a bit of wiggle room and light at the end of the tunnel if things keep going as bad as they are going and have been going. The 5-year deal, as we've seen with the track, Clary stuff, if things start going pear-shaped, and this club is very much...
Well, it's already in pear-shaped.
It's a pear silhouette.
Yeah.
So you'd say that a 5-year deal would lock him in there, and then it's just so much more room for a toxic relationship. Mm-hmm. So I'd say if he even thinks about it, he's taking a 3-year deal.
I'd take that.
He's going to make the rest up of that money in sponsorship.
Yeah.
So whatever his contract is, he's making another $500,000 top of that in sponsorship.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, there has to be more clubs, and there would be at least a lot of Victorian clubs who have put something towards him.
If they're offering
management-wise.
anywhere near that 3 deal, then yeah, okay, then just do that. But with the longer it goes on, and if he doesn't improve this year, geez, their stock can drop really quickly. And you know what it's like. So do you just...
I mean, that's the concern for Harley. Like, is he just like, hey, he's going to back himself in. So he's going to make the money regardless wherever he is.
Okay.
It's just like, does he want to live in Perth and play for the Eagles?
Well, I think we know.
People over there are saying the situation is getting worse. Because we looked at the team at the start of the year and said, no, they've got good, positive senior figures at the club who will keep this, the club together and the playing group together and move in the right direction. And the young kids will just pump games into them. They'll be stinky for like 3 years. But now that the older guys aren't playing great, everything's unraveling. It's flipped on its head.
It really has.
So people are saying, no, the Eagles are like in for another 5 years of what they're in already.
You don't want to be there for another 5 years if you're Harley. Wasting all of that.
If I'm Harley, I'd probably say, thanks so much to the Eagles. You've had my back. You gave everyone the finger when I gave the finger. I don't know. It's actually hard.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, I can see him staying. On the other, I can definitely see him leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So we should ask him just directly.
Should we
just call him?
Yeah. Or do we make it like that's our goal for Gather Round, is find him and ask him?
We could. We definitely could do that. I think what we do is we just follow Sam Mitchell wherever he goes.
That's true.
We'll definitely find a player.
Yeah.
That's a big warning if Sam Mitchell's ready to absolutely steal your players.
Yeah.
If you see him pulling out of the Crazy Horse at 11 p.m., just know he's spoken to at least 4 players in there.
Yeah.
If you see him at a more early morning coffee, speaking to a
player. The bloke won't be sleeping.
Down at the beach, speaking to a player.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Pinot?
Yeah.
What's in this grape? 4-year contract.
Open it up.
Yeah. You like your eggs?
Yeah.
You like them runny? Yeah, as runny as this 3-year contract. How's that? I don't know why he'd be hiding that in there, but
No, but he could be.
he'll be around. He'll be doing some things. He'll be a busy, busy man. All right, let's make our picks for Gather Round. Bad weekend, as we said, to be a beautiful cold beer on the hill. I can't wait. What do they serve over there? Cooper's West
Pale.
End?
Ooh, yep.
West End's oil.
Are you a dirty 30 guy?
What does that mean?
Mate, you're from Adelaide. Come on, brother.
I am. My roots go there.
I think it's you used to get the 30 pack of West End, dirty 30.
Oh, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I didn't. I used to steal Dad's like old West Ends and take them to parties, and they were lukewarm. Probably actually real warm, and still drink them and have like two and be like, hey, Dad, you need to pick me up.
Yeah.
And I'd be sitting in the car going, oh, fuck. What's in this stuff? Anyway, that's my memories of Adelaide. We've got great weather. Adelaide, 30 degrees all weekend round, and a lot of the teams stay in the same hotels. Gets awkward.
There's only a few there.
There's only a few good hotels that stay at. So we're thinking maybe we've got 2 or 3 teams to a hotel.
It'd have to be.
Sharing buffets,
Yeah.
sharing facilities.
Real COVID
Ice
sort of
baths,
situation.
yeah.
Sharing ice bars at the
Could
same
be.
time.
Separate them.
That'd
Put a
be
schedule
intimate.
system in, but,
Yeah.
in the same area.
Yeah.
Again, if you're in the same hotel as the Hawks, I'd be putting everyone in lockdown.
Yeah.
Saying absolutely not. But we're starting with Thursday night, primetime, Matt Hill Thursdays, Adelaide Oval. As we said, this hill will be erupting, the pride of South Australia. Kick-off gather round against those alleged cheaters from that shit old Geelong.
Don't hold back.
Nah, they're okay. Until we find out what they're really doing there. The Crows, 7.5-point favourites, wearing their stealth Guernsey. The Crow, the stealth, this thing here. That is a stealthy Crow.
And I tell you what, doesn't it look better blown up as opposed to the small logo that we would have seen on our phones and stuff? Like, that looks really nice.
It looks dangerous. It feels very dangerous. So, I mean, you got to murder a Crows rocking that.
Well,
Good luck, Geelong. Better put Geelong in a body bag.
yeah.
Yeah, fresh off the back of getting screwed by the umpires last week, which we saw, they get to set the tone for the state. Mm-hmm. We are the pride of South Australia. Don't know the rest of the lyrics of the song. That's all I know. With the mighty LA Crows. That's what they're going to be saying over there, because those crosstown rivals of those, Adelaide Crows, are shit house. The pair.
Oh.
Someone has to carry the state here.
Yeah.
So last week means absolutely nothing to me, going down by a point to the Suns.
Nah.
Still the best forward line in the league. It's so dangerous. Still thought Fogarty and Walker have all combined for 36 goals.
It's quite a few.
That's a lot of goals. It literally rains goals in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Fogarty, as we're talking about Fogarty, can of Cooper's on his bicep. That's a guy who says, I'm ready to play a Thursday night game, and then look out, kegs of beer, because I'm coming through. Getting paid 30 grand, have it on him.
Well, yeah, you'd do it then, wouldn't you?
It's not real. We want to see him drink it, don't we?
The double, yeah, if he does the Cobra.
I think this is the start of players doing personal brand deals on themselves, because there's no rule against it. Man,
I mean-
could you imagine if I was in that situation? I would have every sponsor on my body.
Yeah. You'd look like a press conference backdrop.
I'd
wouldn't you?
take
Like, just
everything.
Everything.
Oh, we should hope Nate Caddy's dad sponsors him.
Oh, in an ideal world.
Yeah. Sticks his own son on himself. And also some intel that we have. Someone else will be repping a brand. A very good brand that we like.
Okay.
During one of the games. During one of the primetime games.
Do I know? I don't think I know this. What?
You don't know this, but you'll see something that's very impressive and you go, they look different, and you have to look closely what's going on here.
Okay. So
Friend of the program.
oh,
Friend of the program.
track.
God, no. He's not a friend at all. He hates our guts. No. So, Fogarty did reply to Jack Higgins, saying if you don't like this state, you can pack your shit and piss off.
Tell you what, he
copped it.
He doubled down as well. I'm not sure if you saw.
I did.
One of the other interviews. He went, yeah, I mean, it's a bit of fun, but yeah, I don't really like it.
Do you want to play that? Am I connected or are you connected?
I think you're connected.
Okay, so if you didn't see this interview, I like the media in this presser, they kept trying to go after him and get an answer out of him, to be like, hey, it's like they wanted him to say, hey, this town is a genuine shithole.
Yep.
Again, after he already made the comment of, I don't like this town, I just want to stay in my room and play COD. And if he's doing that, he's playing a lot of COD.
Which I totally get.
And he's watching a lot of adult films.
Really?
Well, I can only assume if he's not leaving. I don't know. But this is what he said to the media.
That's not too bad. beaches are right, but other than that, there's nothing else really to do.
Yeah.
You've had a little change of tune since yesterday.
No, I don't mind Adelaide. I just don't love it. I was having more of a joke around. Cal Wilkie tells me how good it is.
He refuses to give an answer.
Is this part of a ploy to maybe explore Adelaide a bit more over gathering?
No.
Just try and get a bit of a sweet deal going on?
No.
Maybe go diving with sharks? Or...
Oh, that'd be lit if we got paid for it, but no one's come to the table.
Well, the Premier has said today that he's more than happy to give you a show around South Australia. Would you take him up on that offer over the next couple of days?
If he wants to do it, I'm on. I'll get off
Doesn't
my
give a
Call of
shit.
Duty and I'll go with him.
What do you think of Fogarty from the Crows saying you should bugger off?
Yeah, I know Fogs. I was in the AIS with him. He's a good fella. He's probably just having a muck around. Yeah, he can tell me bugger off. I'm staying here for the week, so yeah.
Maybe go get a Coopers with him? Or...
Nah, don't like that beer. So more of an Asahi man.
How do you plan to spend your days off in Adelaide now then if you've got
In my
few
hotel
free
room,
tours?
playing games.
I'll definitely take the Premier up for the tour. Probably driving his nice little car around. He can drive me around there. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. It's just probably just stay in my hotel room.
Hates the town. Well, I don't know what they were trying to get out of him. He wasn't changing his tune.
It was that is like, I mean, you speak about politics. That was like grilling a politician about something, but just not backing down.
He's like, absolutely not.
It's like, no, don't like the beer.
No, he's being harsh. Like, if he does want to see a genuine shithole of a town, go to Geelong. Like, and that's when you'll be like, okay, Adelaide's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, poor Higo. So he's going to absolutely cop it.
He will be elite on Sunday, I reckon.
He will be Norwood
Yeah.
Oval. Nah, he'll be fine there.
Yeah.
He'll be fine there.
Oh, if we were playing the Crows, it'd be
all sorts.
Jeepers.
All sorts. Anyway, back to this game. Adelaide, Geelong. Geelong got a bunch of guys who all look the same to me. Mm-hmm. They've all got the same look, all blonde hair with headbands on. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to change the look up. Can't have 10 blokes looking the exact same out there.
It's true.
Look, they've been pretty good all year. Had the one hiccup against the Saints.
Yeah.
Got blown out. Probably made it look better than what it was in that last quarter against the Saints. Other than that, they've been pretty good. And defensively, they match up well on Adelaide.
Okay.
And their trio dips up forward. So DeConning, O'Sullivan, Tom Stewart, and Blitzards if he comes back. Mm-hmm. That's a good matchup against the forwards.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, you got to give Adelaide kudos for what they've done this year. Going into this year, we thought Adelaide were going to be an absolute, not a stink fest, but anywhere from 9 to 14. Mm-hmm. And they're the hottest team in the league.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go against the Pride South Australia.
No, God, no.
Not Thursday night prime time.
No.
To kick things off. There's no way the Crows lose this.
And just to simplify it, Crows smashed us. We beat Geelong. So it makes sense.
Footy maths.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So you got Crows as well?
Yeah,
great,
absolutely.
Great. That's good. That's a good start between you and their
healthy.
relationship. It is very healthy. Very healthy. Friday, back at the Loud House again, the Adelaide Loud House now that we don't have the MCG this week. Collingwood taking over Adelaide hosting Sydney. It's very weird, these games.
Hang on, say that all
again. Exactly, because we're Adelaide Oval, Collingwood are hosting Sydney. It's their home game.
Yes, with you.
It's very confusing. Pies are 6.5 point favourites. Dan Houston is in jail. He won't play. Jordan De Goey and Lockie Schultz are out and still the oldest team in the league. Now, Fly has already pressed this with a meeting. He said, listen, guys, you tell us we're the oldest team in the league, and then when we win, it's great knowledge and experience. When we lose, you say we're too old. Yep. So we're not going to be able to win with you guys, but we're backing who we back, and we'll let Pendlebury, who's 51, go out there and do his thing.
Sure.
We don't care at all. A few injuries. Those injuries I don't like at all, and Houston being out, that makes me feel nervous for them.
And Schultz has really started to fire, I think.
He's found his role in this team.
Yeah.
He's been doing some things. Obviously won the medal last week. Not sure what it's called. Forgot. But there's some big outs for them. And Sydney is back on their winning schedule at the moment. 2 in a row. Big injury list. We think Papley might come back. Logan McDonald worked his way back from his ankle injury. So he'll be back. I don't know if anyone else is coming back. But this is a game where I think we were harsh on Sydney. And now I'm thinking maybe they're working way into this season. Getting Collingwood at a good time here with those outs. Mm-hmm. In Sydney, probably where you want to play Collingwood.
Yes.
In Adelaide, sorry.
Yes.
You want to play them not at the MCG, in Adelaide. So I'm going to go Sydney going to beat Collingwood here.
I think I like what you say there because I think that could be the case for any team playing a team, this weekend.
Except the Carlton West Coast game. That's going to be absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, but would you still say it's a guaranteed bloodbath if it was at Optus? I think it's probably still a win. But your chances are minimised a little bit. So on neutral territory,
it's hard to pick.
I think most teams are in that situation. Honestly, for mine, flip of a coin. I don't know. I really don't know. I think with those outs, that's going to be too difficult to come back from.
Well, it will be a true Collingwood home crowd. Like, they will travel. We're talking about
They
teams who are
always
going
do,
together, and
yeah.
they'll pack this joint out, and it'll be scary. Well, I'm going to this game, so I'm actually a little bit fearful
Okay.
of what I'm going to see there. And if they lose, like, oh boy, I will burn that place down. The amount of stuff they've given me for being zip and four,
That's
I
true.
will go for it. So
I-
I'm terrified. Just put that in there.
I'm going to go Collingwood.
Okay, big. We differ on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. North Suns on the Saturday in wine country.
Beautiful.
Our first game in the Valley, Barossa Valley. $40 million makeover for that stadium. Looks really good. Really, really good. Now, it's exactly like Nord Oval.
Okay.
Skinny, no hips.
Sure.
No pockets.
Have you been out there?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But I saw photos of it. And
Yeah,
it's
okay.
exactly the same as Norwood. Just it's actually smaller than Norwood.
Really?
Yep. But Suns 24.5-point favourites. That's a massive insult to the Suns.
Yeah.
For them to be only 4-goal favourites against North Melbourne. Crowd's going to be good. We're going to have a full crowd of Pinot drinking, Shiraz drinking, Cab Sav drinking, Merlot drinking, Adelaide North Suns fans.
It's going to be a real put. I reckon we'll get wine on tap.
I would love to see people in the crowd with wine on tap or just wine bottles.
Yep.
And getting that wine drunk.
Yes. Sloppy, slurring
How
words.
do you think you are?
Emotional.
Yeah. Really, really sloppy out there on wine. Now, it does feel like this is 12:35, this game. Feels like the league tried to cover this game up at the start of the year, putting them at 12:35 in the Barossa outside of Adelaide, not knowing that, okay, the Suns are the best team in the league. So now that looks a bit silly because I actually want to watch this game to see what the Suns can do, given they're in the salmon kit, which is dangerous. So just going to make sure Noble, wear some fluoro boots or something so we can see where he is at all times. Always be floating pink Guernsey getting around. I mean, this is just going to be... North last week went back to being North. We all know that.
But are they back to being North? I mean, obviously that performance was what we know from them, but they've clearly got something in them on their day.
Something tells me that when they get confident, they really believe, but it takes for the opposition to kick 2 or 3 goals in a row and they're just over with.
Yeah, it
but
doesn't
there's
take
no
a lot.
real spine. It's just a lot of blood, as we know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of blood, no spine, no structure outside that. So I think they just get real down their confidence. And when they are down, it's like, okay, well, let's try and make this look competitive.
Yeah. And they're down now. They're well and truly
so
down.
down.
Confidence is...
So down. The Melbourne game was an outlier. Like, Melbourne, they're arse. So
Yeah.
we can't really say anything about that.
That's true.
It's not like they've been anyone. And I don't want them to stink it up. I want them to be competitive.
Yeah.
I'm actually over the storyline of North being shit. They need to be good. And I feel for their fans who watch every game and they roll up and they literally get the same thing over and over again with a little glimpse of a win that makes you go, oh, things have changed here. And then you have that one win and you got to wait 15 more games to get that feeling again. I'm over that for North fans.
Yep.
I really am. So Luke Parker's playing with broken rib.
Doesn't help. Yep.
Doesn't help at all. The defense for them their defense is in all sorts. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing down there. I can see like the piece they have there with Comben, but he tries to float across and then it's outside of him defending, then it's really, really skinny. So I've just bailed on all hope on tipping them. And Electric is showing me a photo of Jack Darling. He's playing, not great. He's doing some things that aren't good, but he's still at least having a crack, you know?
Yeah, come on.
At least he's having
Come
a
on,
crack,
Electric.
Suns are really hot. I don't trust North at all. This will be an absolute bloodbath.
Okay. Yeah, no, look, I'm going to agree with you, but just I want to put it on file that there was a part of me that thinks at a strangely shaped ground
Wow, man.
like it is,
Wow.
that there is a chance.
Okay.
I think there's a chance, but I'm going to play it safe and go Suns.
Well, that could be a chance that, yes, you're right, or a chance that because the ground is so condensed, there's more opportunities here for the Suns to kick more goals.
Well, exactly.
As well. So, the league have got exactly what they want. They created this monster. They created the GWS monster, and now they've created some pink-wearing monster team up there on the coast that are now botting everyone.
Yep.
So, well done. Got what you wanted. Took you 15 years, finally scary. Here we go. Look at me, just get a little bit of energy here. Look at this. This is going to be exciting. I can't wait. I'm going to pop champagne before the bounce even happens here. Carlton West Coast, Saturday, 1:20 on the hill. Dogs out. Let him me win. I'm so excited for this. Even Sportsbet agrees. There's no way Blues lose this game. 6-goal favourites, and both teams haven't won a game. To be 6-goal favourites. Sportsbet's saying, yeah, no, we agree with you. There's no way in this world West Coast win. Like, there's just not a planet in this universe where this happens. Or even in the space of Eagles fans' imagination where they beat Blues. And they know that. I couldn't be more confident. I said it on Monday's app. I'm just like, we are so back. Haven't even bounced the ball yet, and this is a win. Harry's going to be back from the VFL potentially. Now, the club's trying to figure out what's going on with him.
Mm-hmm. Something is.
People are saying, like, is it performance anxiety? Is it just mental health? We don't know. The club, I think, have said, hey, like, if it is performance anxiety and you have trouble playing in front of a crowd, like, what can we do to help you? If it's something outside of that, what can we do to help you? Like, they're trying to figure out as well what is going on with Harry.
How do you help that, though?
Well, no, he's playing VFL at the moment, so he wants to play football.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to play in the AFL, and I get it. I hated playing in the
totally
AFL.
get it.
I get it. Yeah, I get it for sure. So he should play for Melbourne.
Oh, perfect.
If he's sick of playing in crowds.
Yeah, more seagulls and yeah, perfect.
Exactly. So either way, we hope he gets right.
Absolutely.
We hope he gets right. Hope he gets right. But if he does come back, nothing better to make you feel better than kicking 10 on the Eagles defense. That'll make anyone feel good. I mean, that would get me up and about. So, and as I said, I didn't say it, the Eagles are in all sorts. A lot of people are asking the question, hey, are we looking at a piece of Swiss cheese or the Eagles Football Club? There's holes everywhere in this thing.
Very good.
We're going to pick it apart. Captain wants out. Other co-captain, I don't know if you saw the vision during the week, Liam Duggan.
Yes.
Chasing down the wing, gave up a chase. Tim Kelly doesn't want to play. He's out of love with the game. Harley Reid, his finger in the crowd. A lot of moving parts here to this Eagles team. Not good vibes coming out of it. And we were talking about the Tigers potentially being the worst team in the league.
Yep.
I think it's the Eagles.
Okay.
Like, the team they're putting out there is really bad. And that's big coming from a guy that hasn't won a game. That's really... I've never been more confident in my life.
Okay.
Harley Reid, ice shoe speed, sushi seaweed, Blues by 40 plus. I'm so confident. I'm literally so confident that I will...
Well, this is what it boils down to. What are you going to do?
I mean, I'm willing to open up to the crowd.
Do we do a selection for them to choose from?
How about we do a short list of whatever the people in the comments want me to do, I'll do if the Blues lose.
Okay.
And then we'll pick it what it is before the game. Now, if it's something like, hey, you should, chop your leg off.
Yeah, probably
that's not going to happen. But the ones that are realistic, we'll do.
There's so many good ideas out there.
I'm so confident. I'm so confident I'm actually letting you guys decide what it will be.
Okay.
So,
okay. We'll do a short list and the winner, you'll do that.
I think we open up to the comments.
Okay.
And whatever you guys decide, I will do. Again, if it's ridiculous and it has like 1,000 comments and it's something stupid, we're not doing it. But if it's something like that, I will definitely do and be able to do.
Yep.
I'm doing it.
Yep. Okay.
Never been more confident in my life. Even the Eagles, if they're watching this, put something in there.
Yeah, true.
Just go for it. So that's where I am. How are you feeling about this?
Backing the Eagles on this one. I'm thinking Matt Owies with 5 or 6 goals. I think that Harley Reid just finds his form and he's flipping you off left, right and centre. I think they silence all the talk. And I think that we're watching the greatest fall down that we've ever seen in the Carlton Blues.
No way. That's insulting. Eagles about to have their wings clipped.
It's not insulting. You both haven't won a game, so it's a flip of a coin for mine.
It's Hawks actually. Eagle down. Eagle right down.
I'm going the Eagles.
There's no way. There is no.
How is there no way? You both haven't lost. You both haven't won a game.
Mate, they don't even look like a football team.
So, and you do?
At least we're competitive. We're in games.
Be honest.
We've won every half. Can Eagles say that? Nope.
One would argue, though, you've lost at the same point and you've lost the same amount of games.
I mean, I will be freaking out if we're leading at halftime.
Yeah.
That will be anxiety.
In an ideal world, Eagles are up by 20 at halftime.
I honestly think that we just absolutely smash them by the half and then there's no room for them to come back. Like, if the games went for a half of football, we would be premiership favourites.
What's a margin at halftime that like 60 points? They can't come back from that?
76.
76, yeah.
76. 10 goals would be hard to come back from.
Yep.
My comfort range is 76 points at halftime. I'm even happy with leading by 76 points and then winning by 1 point.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
I'll take a win.
All right.
So we're back. Get ready, get the cigar ready and the champagne. Bottles on the hill, dogs out.
What are we going to do?
Dogs out.
What are we going to do post-win?
Oh, I'm going to go nuts.
Yeah.
I'm going to have so much champagne.
Yeah.
It's going to be like we've won a flag. You should know what it's like to win. You Saints fans go crazy, so I'll do whatever you guys do.
Oh, true.
Well done, the Blues. Pencil it in. Thank you, guys. Good to be back on the board. Then 4:35 p.m. Brisbane taking on the Dogs on the soccer ground, which is Nord Oval. Used to play my footy career there. I can tell you firsthand, this is a skinny joint.
Mm-hmm.
Lions 10.5-point favourites only. Premiership kick-ons continue. Taking the kick-ons to Adelaide for a party and gather round. Nord Oval, as we said, that's going to throw teams out. We spoke about it on Monday. Tight ground. It really does throw you out if you haven't played it before.
Yeah.
It's like it's super tight. It's 160 long. I think it's 100 wide.
And what would the average be? The width of a
180 to 130,
Yeah.
40, I'd say. Smallest ground that anyone plays on all year. Again, got no hips, got no pockets. You can't switch the ball. It's literally just a highway. Like you just go corridor all the time. And it's a matter of you have a turn, I have a turn, you have a turn, I have a turn, and we'll see who wins the game.
Just quickly, 148 metres is the width of the MCG.
They are, so it's 38 metres less than that. That's a switch kick.
That's a lot of
So
room.
literally, say a switch kick is, if they want to switch properly, a 40-metre switch.
Yeah.
So you can do one switch from a side of the field to the middle of the ground.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Then you're
like
on.
You can't switch. You can't go from like one end to the other on the switch.
No.
It's literally going central or then going out the other way. Like you can't do it this ground. You have to go all down the corridor. So it'll actually make for good football to see this team just going down the highway against each other.
Depends how you approach it though, because I remember like two maybe not the best teams ever, but the game between St Kilda and Richmond last year at Norwood, super low scoring. No one knew how to deal with it.
No, people were trying to figure out how to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait. Dogs playing good football, saying to the media last week that Freo didn't actually beat them. Beat themselves.
Okay.
Which is always a bold move when you say that. Rory Lobb still has the lobster on the back of his head, so the good people of Nord get a look at that. I don't know if that's a sponsorship that he's rocking. There's some kind of secret lobster company that is paying him.
maybe.
Like, why is he doing that? Do we think he continues that all year? Dyeing the hair?
You'd like to think so.
I wonder what his next thing will be.
Yeah, well, that's the difficult thing.
That should be a market, Kane on Sportsbet.
Yeah.
Lobs. Actually, yeah, well, maybe. I think he probably stops at some point.
There's not much more for him to do. That's the thing.
There isn't. So, I mean, we've just got a premiership team who keeps rolling here.
Yeah.
And it's
Is it as simple as that?
Well, it's ugly, but they keep winning. Like they haven't, again, we say it, they haven't gone into a third gear yet.
No.
So it's hard to pick against the Lions. The premiership party keeps rolling, we think. In saying that, I'm picking the Dogs. I think party's over, boys. Turn the music off. Time to go back to Brisbane and think about things. Take some Panadol. Party's got to stop sometime. I honestly think the party's over. I think the Dogs...
How could you say that, though? There've been no evidence of the lights being turned off anytime soon.
No, and no one's made a noise complaint at all, but I just think that the Dogs are competitive.
They're very competitive.
They're very competitive. I think this ground, I think Bevo winds them up for these big games. Nord Oval, don't know if it suits them, but I think it suits their like defensively getting after teams. I just like what they're putting out there. I know it's crazy to say, but I like what they're putting out there more than I like what Brisbane's putting out there. And Brisbane have won 4 in a row. I feel like, Brisbane have won 4 in a row, but the vibes out of it, I'm like, I don't feel awesome.
Okay.
Convincing, this is great. So I'm going Dogs.
I do know
at
what you're
Norwood.
sayI feel like a full dog side right now, though, would
Sorry.
absolutely fine. Would be completely different, but they're not yet. So I think you got to back Brisbane.
Got a Sam Darcy, though.
Oh, that is true.
At Nord Oval.
That is true. If they can deliver it quick enough to him, he could be on for anything.
So no one can defend him.
No, we know that much.
We know that literally no defender can defend him. Aaron Norton hasn't got going yet. He needs to find a... Yeah, I mean, that's just my 2 cents. You
No.
stay in your own lane.
No. I like it. I will go the Lions, but I know what you're saying.
Okay. And then ending Super Saturday football, Bombers are 1.5-point favourites over the D's, and I've got no idea why either of these teams are in prime time. I mean, this is... We got to get Melbourne at primetime games.
Yeah.
This stinks from them being on 7:35 p.m. Gather round. Punch myself in the face. You know? I don't know why it keeps happening, but here we are watching Melbourne again. Don't know why the league keeps making us watch them.
Nope.
But we're going to do it again. Bombers coming off the bye. The week before that, we know that it took them 3 quarters to get their season going. But when it did, it all clicked, and the D's just don't want to score. Like, they literally don't want to score. They have 0 forwards. We have seen that now, that they have no idea what they're doing with their game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know what they're drawing up to try and win a game of football at the moment.
No.
Because their forward line doesn't exist. I'm going to call police. Report a missing forward line for them, because they've got just no one up there who stands up and kicks goals.
No.
Remember last year the Bombers played in the primetime game though at Gather Round. They got smoked by Port Melbourne. So I don't know if they got a bit of PTSD going back to Adelaide where everything happened.
Against Port Melbourne,
Sorry,
that's impressive.
Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide in Melbourne.
That's
so
really bad.
I mean, if you lose to a VFL team, it's bad. But the vibes are just better out of Essendon than they are at Melbourne, very clearly. Jake Lever out for 8 weeks. That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this game is going to stink. We could say that. It's not really a nap game, or maybe it is a nap game. Maybe this is a blessing from the league saying, hey, it's a big Sunday coming up for football.
Have Saturday night off.
Just watch a half and then go to bed because you won't be missing much.
Smart by the league.
I'm going to go, I don't trust either of these teams, but are they wearing the flame head? Yep. Okay, that changes things.
That's a curveball.
Oh, these teams are so hard to pick. I'm going to go Bombers for no reason other than they've got to win and that Drapes is snapping the ball really well.
Yes. Yep. I agree. I think you can't trust either of them, but I think you can trust Bombers a little bit more right now.
Yeah. They're thinking about dropping Bailey Fritsch as well, Melbourne.
Really?
I think so.
Based on...
What was the discussion about him? How was he last week in Electric?
He's kicked 1 goal this season.
Kicked 1 goal this season.
Not great?
That's not great. I mean, he should shave his head.
Oh, mate, that thing just doesn't move.
The hair does not move. I'd be saying, hey, you got to change your
Yeah.
hairstyle, maybe get some form back.
Yeah.
So, okay, are we going Bombers, have we said?
Yeah, I'm going Bombers.
Okay,
Yep.
we're going the Bombers. Then Sunday, kicking things off, Richmond and Fremantle heading back to Barossa Valley. Fremantle 6-goal favourites. Big trip for Freo.
Massive.
Getting on a flight, then getting on a bus out to the valley.
How long will that take?
2
Wouldn't
hours?
be like... No.
Well, how long is Barossa?
Is it that deep?
I don't know.
Deep in the
Well, it's a
Barossa?
bus, so it's going to go slow naturally.
Hour and 10 minutes.
Yep. Hour and 10.
Yep.
So on a bus, we'd say an hour 30.
Yep.
Okay, that's big. That is big. Big weekend for Noah Bolter. Now, I don't know, is he coming back? I think Adam Uze wants to play him. He said this in his presser yesterday. He said he's been dealing with this for 3 months. He's been doing extras at training, community service, helping around the football club. He's earning the trust and respect back not only from his team, but his club. He's hating not being out there. The fact that he's out in the media now, it happened in January. He's been dealing with it for a long time, so we're not going to change our verdict. That sounds like a guy who's picking Noah Bolter.
He's lubing us up there
He is.
for the news.
Yeah. And then Tom Morris said he's not going to play. That he can't play with his court hearing. That's in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
As I said to you on Monday's episode, I feel like it's incredibly bad taste.
Yeah. Oh, bad taste. I
Like-
wouldn't be. I just if he does somehow get in that flight to Adelaide, I wouldn't be eating a pizza slice around him.
No.
Because we've seen what happens. I'd be amazed if they pick him. Facing jail time.
Yeah, you can't.
They're going to pick him. I just know they're going to. Well, that'd be a bit of fun. Actually, no, I won't. Luke Jackson is out. Luke Jackson out. Hamstring. Sean Darcy, Hayden Young in for the Freo Dockers. Big son of a bitch, Sean Darcy.
Massive.
Big
Real
boy.
tree trunks.
Big, yeah. I know. People call him Hodor
They
from
call
Game
it-
of Thrones.
Oh, who's that? I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Oh, my God. Here we go. Really?
No.
How have you not seen Game of Thrones, but you've seen Harry Potter?
Well, I like to watch more documentary-based things that have actually happened.
Harry Potter is about
Don't tell me
potions
that. Yeah.
and magic. And you're saying, I like to watch real things that have happened. You sound like me.
Historical-based things.
Fair enough. So I think this game is weird that it's in the Barossa Valley, but let's gather round.
Yep.
Richmond are competitive. Freo they're 2-2. You're probably feeling good about being 2-2 if you're a Freo fan. Richmond travelling. Give me Freo, but it's not a convincing win.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to go the Tigers.
Wow.
They've been pretty good.
I mean, they're a great team.
They haven't been that bad, have
I
they?
respect them
You
massively.
respect them hugely.
I've always said that. I mean, even at the start of the year,
Yeah.
I know that other stuff was AI, but I was just like, these
Yeah.
guys are young, they're hungry, they want to get better. We have to, as a community, respect what they're doing.
Yep.
Like they're not a bad team at all.
No.
They're really good.
I'm going to back them.
Okay, wow. And then your mob, here we go. Saints, Giants, no hip stadium. Giants, 15-point favourites, spent 2 weeks in Adelaide now, the Saints.
They've loved it.
Have they? What's the feedback out of there?
They really like it.
They're pretty happy being there?
Yeah, Wilkes has had a great time.
He might not come back.
No, well, that's
and
what
Naz
I'm
might
worried
not
about.
come back.
Yeah.
Wow,
Lock
that's
them
a
up.
worry. Yeah. What other? Do you know what's going on there? What they're doing in their spare time? Will they?
No,
what's the
there
vibe?
are
Haven't heard.
a few clinics. They're
Yeah.
staying down in Glenelg, so lots of
Good
breakfasts out on Jetty Road.
Yep.
It looks nice.
Yep, beautiful. So we know Jack Higgins hasn't left his room in 2 weeks. That's good. Playing plenty of COD, as we know. They're doing some things, the Saints. The big thing is the pre-game tracksuits they're rocking. They're a cool unit. It is really testing to look good, feel good, play good at the moment for them.
Well, they've ticked all three.
They do. They have. The Giants, this will be a good game. Nord Oval, Giants are rolling. We know what they're doing. The absolute buzzsaw at the moment. They're in games, never out of games, competitive. Hogan's kicking 9. They have winners all over the field. So I think Ross is going to shut this game down from the start. I think he goes down to, he will park the bus for sure. This won't be a similar Saints game where they've been scoring. I think he says, no, we're at the Highway, no Hip Stadium. We know what happened last game. Did they park the bus last game?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a really low scoring game against Richmond, and we got up.
I think he does the exact same thing. It'll be a 40 to 45 kind of game.
Oof.
Gross affair, not chopsticks in the eyes level. And I think Saints win.
There's a big guy.
See, I believe in your team. Why don't you show me the same respect?
Because you haven't won yet.
I honestly think this is a game where I'd see you guys somehow pulling this off and being 4-1.
Well, one thing you touched on there that I would love to feel really proud about with the Saints, if they can go down that path, is not necessarily, I don't think we're good enough to have our own identity no matter who we're playing. But if we can go into every game with an adjusted game plan and model, like that's a sign of, a team that trusts their coach and the coach trusts them. So if we can do that, if we can go, look, wait, last week we did play our own identity, certainly against the Tigers we did, but if we can just adjust it for the field and a really decent opposition, that's great signs. So yeah, I'm gonna back them. It'll be tough. It'll be a really hard game, but why not?
I think it'll be a game where the Giants take a bit of calibrating on that ground.
Yeah.
Because we know they're very run and gun, open, overlap handball. You just can't do it at Norwood.
No.
It doesn't work. So I think they'll get to a half and Saints will be leading. They'll make obviously a push because they're always in games. But then Ross, the boss, is just the smartest coach in the league. He'll shut it down, find a game plan. His players will play it and they should, I think, get a win here.
Yeah, I agree. And then Jack Higgins to kick a bag and pull out a few PlayStation sellies.
That would be great. He'll definitely do something. Where's old 29 at? Are they going?
Oh, I don't think they're all going. I mean, they're
hang out with them?
I'm just gutted I'm not allowed to MC. It's a home game.
Who does the MCing for Gather Round?
Mate, last year, St Kilda, Richmond, the MC was Mitch Robinson.
Oh, yeah, rogue.
Random as. So I think it's just neutral.
It sure is there.
Which I think is ridiculous because we know how I affect the vibe, But
yeah, true.
I was thinking about going with my own megaphone. Still persisting with the Red Rooster activation.
At halftime in the crowd.
Yeah,
in the
stuff them.
You should.
We'll do it on the hill.
And then, here we go. Game of the round. Making us wait for it. You know what it is. Hawks, Port. Hawks, 17.5 point favourites. This is the one we've been waiting for. So last year, Ken, Port, and the Hawks season, Guinea, the whole storyline told Brodie Grundy, hey, we'll see you next week. Sure, we have to play Port first, but I'll see you next week. Then Port win. Ken loses his mind. Gets the airplane wings out, yelling at Guinea, smile on his face. Port players smiling, still yapping as they're carrying someone off the field. Can't remember who it was. Just all hell broke loose. So let's revisit what happened there because this has the potential to... Adelaide Oval might burn down if Port lose this game.
Or if they win.
I've never said that about an experience at the stadium, but you might see actual fire of Port fans burning down a stadium.
Well, let's hope not. But
let's hope, actually. No, let's hope, because that would be great for content. We love that. I actually encourage people to burn the stadium down if they lose.
Okay.
No, I'm all for it. I'm all for burning a little bit of the hill.
Okay, just a little bit of the hill.
Oh, we're taking guns in the stadium. Let's take some jerry cans and
winding up.
So let's see. Let's go to memory lane. This is what was said by both coaches after that game last year. First one was Sammy Mitchell in his press conference.
Didn't see it. I'm sure you would have been made aware of Ken Hinkley and James Sicily on the final siren. Is that disappointing to see a rival coach do that after a win and be brought into an exchange?
Seething.
Captain.
I mean, I can only speak on my club's behalf, and if I think about how my club, the Hawthorn Football Club, dealt with the post-game, we had a very young player who was having had some very aggressive words said to him by a much older man who's been in the game for a long time.
An angry old man.
And the captain of my club stood up for him. And so I think it's really tough to sit here right now getting rushed by the AFL. Make sure you're at your press conference on time. And so I understand the emotions of this time of year are really, really difficult, and I'm really proud of our captain, who would have been just as emotional, who was able to stand up and lead in a way that he could be proud of.
Will you seek to speak to Ken after that?
Absolutely not.
How frustrated are you to see that, have that relayed to you from a rival coach?
That's the third question. That's enough.
Oh, pissed. And then Ken also had to apologise straight away. So smart ass with the arms out, lipping off, and then dust settled in the rooms. He goes, I think I fucked up. Kenny might have made a little mistake out there. Here's what he said.
We right? I probably should start and say that there was an incident after the game where I had some words with a Hawthorn player that I wish I hadn't had in a moment that I shouldn't have had. But it was an emotional game, a big result. There was stuff said during last week that I certainly didn't enjoy, but I shouldn't have let that moment get to me.
Sam just said he won't look to speak to you. How will you look to apologise to the Hawks after that incident?
I think I've basically now made it known to them and through this that I shouldn't have approached the moment that I did. But again, what was done during the week was done, and I responded to it in an emotional state, which shouldn't be the case.
From now, will you try and speak to Jack and James after what happened?
No, I don't think so, because I don't think at the moment it's the right time for me to have that conversation with anyone. I should just reflect on the moment.
Yeah.
After Jack's...
Wow. I can't wait. I cannot wait. You shouldn't have done that, Ken. You poked the wrong bear.
I got to say, I forgot
All
how
about
tense that was.
Yeah.
I remember the moment.
No, it was tense after, and for a week after, the dust did not settle at all. It's just hilarious how the AFL fined Ken $20,000 post this for his actions, and now they're just like, you know what, this is perfect. We're going to market it all around Ken. So thank you so much, but also $20,000 fine. This is going to be unreal.
And then obviously the fallout of Ken's future.
Yeah.
And the way this team are currently placed.
Who would have thought?
It's just perfect.
So Ken ends their season and now comes in 1-3 or 1-3. Career on the line in Guinea's hands. Hawks are going to beat the shit out of him. Just quarter 1, 2. Sam Mitchell will wind them up so much. All week in their meetings, it'll be Sam Mitchell with Ken's face on the screen. Don't forget what he did. Arms out, one. Lipping off. Connor Rozee walks past and he's smiling. Sam Mitchell is an angry man this week, and they all should be. You pissed off a bunch of teenagers. Do you know how angry teenagers get?
Yeah, you don't muck around with them.
You don't.
Good or bad,
you were as a teen.
Yeah, no.
Like that, he's picked the wrong battle here. His career's now in their hands. They're going to go to town on him.
Is it wild to suggest that there's not a response from Port Adelaide, though, as well?
There will be, but I think you've literally attacked the wrong team here with this. Knowing like what they are now compared to what they were last year. Last year they were fun. This year they're legit, and they're better than what they were. So it's pretty straightforward for mine. Hawks win this. Adelaide Oval gets burned down to the ground. Ken's in all sorts with his job.
I just can't picture Port Adelaide losing 2 weeks in a row at the Adelaide Oval. Having Adelaide, you're assuming getting the win on the Thursday night, and then Port Adelaide losing to bookend gather round. There's too much on this game for them.
It's a tarp watch as well.
Well, I don't reckon there'll be much tarp action on Sunday.
There won't be.
Won't be a spare seat in the house.
Because there'll be a bunch of angry Hawks fans going as well.
Yeah.
So, but post this, if it's a loss, tarp watch for sure. Someone was saying the average crowd last year at Port Games was 38,000. It's 34,000 already this year. So they're just trying to locate where the tarps are. I've got Hawks being angry, too fast, and just going to town on Port here.
Yeah.
So then by 6 goals. I don't think it'll be close.
I want to believe in Port, and I want to believe that the players are going to do this one game for Ken. I don't think it's going to be a consistent rise.
It's just a vicious cycle of doing it for Ken, though.
It's true. But they've only got how many more games for Ken? 15?
Yeah, 15 of Ken left.
So
we'll see. It'll be the town, if he does lose, like they will kick him out.
Yeah.
They'll drag him out. If he doesn't get let go by Port and the succession plan is not working, the fans will drive to Alberton, go into his office and put him on a flight to Thailand.
Yeah.
And
It's
say,
probably
"Thanks so much."
safer.
Probably. I've got Hawks.
Okay, I've got Port.
How good. All right, let's get into our bets for the week. Thanks to Sportsbet's feed. Before we do, the Silly Punts boys, they're following my lead here with punishments for losing bets. Now, we saw that Wally got the Dusty, and then this week it was Flanner's turn to run a 2K'er.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to watch this now with you guys and see what happened here. But I heard from all reports that he didn't go well at all. I think we were talking like a 20-minute 2K'er.
Ooh, that's not great.
Which is genuine shuffle pace.
Yes.
What would you run it in?
Well, given you've said that, I'd like to break 15 at least.
You think you could? Okay, so I'm watching it here. Okay, yeah, he's generally moving it a shuffle. And I feel that pain given I do running as well for some punishments.
One lap down, mate.
Oh, he's in pain.
First lap's the hardest. Now you know what to expect.
I mean, to be fair, first lap is the hardest. So he's shuffling at that pace in the first lap.
Come, mate, you gotta
So
run.
this is his fastest lap.
I'm going as fast as I can. Yeah.
So he's gone out as hard as he can.
Pace yourself. It's a long...
I mean, you could just run.
This is...
Someone's running past him. Great. Feel for him.
Yeah.
Hang in there. I mean, I would highly recommend winning a punt, Flanners.
It'd
Winning a
help.
bet, and then you don't have to do this stuff, but it would help massively. So, shout out to those boys doing some great things on the feed as well, so you can go follow them. You can also follow us. We've got same game multis for Gather Round coming up, which is huge. Biggest round in football. So we're going to go first to the Saturday game. My beloved Carlton and West Coast. It's only right that we do this. Same game multi here. We've got Walsh, who's informed to have 30 or more. Cripps needs to find the footy, 25 or more. Chera, 20 or more disposals. Akers, 20 or more. Duggan, captain, needs to bounce back. 20 or more touches. Lockie Fogarty and Jesse Motlop, anytime goal scorers.
Like it.
That's on feed. That's got some juicy odds.
Ooh, okay.
So we would recommend having a swing on that one with me. And then we move to the Sunday multi as well, which is the revenge game, Port Hawks. All eyeballs will be on this, and we're going with Newcomb to have 25 or more, Zach Butters 25 or more, Nick Watson 20 or more, Miles Bergman 20 or more, Nick Watson the Wiz to kick 3 or more in goal kicking form, and just naturally, Ginnivan kicks a goal.
That's true.
And arms out.
Gotta be one
Now, there's
in
no
there.
marker for arms out. I wish there was, but he's in the same game multi there. And that is all on Sportsbet's feed. You can follow those bets there. I'll also chuck some more stuff, little sprinkles of bets during Gather Round, but I'm vibing when I'm in the town.
Yeah.
Anything you're vibing on the feed this
Oh,
week?
lots of vibing. Of course, Champions League during the week, but then we're back to the Premier League for the weekend. So
Yep.
I'm looking forward to getting stuck into there. So go check mine out for that.
Yeah, how's your history been? Have we hitting some winners or? what's
Yeah,
the go?
good. I had some luck on the Arsenal-Fulham game, I believe, last week. So,
Okay.
yeah, looking pretty good.
Great. Well, as we said, go to Sportsbet's feed, follow us both, follow Silly Punts, a lot of football stuff, a lot of bets that are with the EPL.
Yep.
UFC stuff. We've got Volk fighting
Huge.
as well. That'll be on there. I might put something on that. So head to Sportsbet's feed and check it all out. Hey, that's our Gather Round. Sorted, locked and loaded. You're ready to go. You know as much as you need to know. It's going to be huge. We are back for the Friday review.
Yes.
Of the
Thursday game,
which will be big. Everyone will be there.
Massive.
We'll report back on what's happening in Adelaide. If you see us, let us know. Happy hour is happening.
Yes.
As well.
Keep an eye on.
So we can't wait.
I'm so ready.
We can't wait.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.